But look what you're missing. I want to see that. It's just like doing a play on Broadway. I miss all the other shows.
Bryan, obviously, we all know about your great success in other mediums. What challenges does the theater present in Broadway?
Greater challenges. I think working on the stage and on any level is where usually an actor starts, in a classroom, in weekends or community theater, things like that. And it either catches you or it doesn't, really. And to me, it's the purest form. It is the one that truly influences your performance night after night, when you can feel an audience and you can affect emotional change in them. It's such an empowering feeling that it's like a drug, and you have to get it. It's as strong as Blue Crystal Mountain. Research? Yeah, it feels like I'm still doing it. There's an endless supply of source material for that. Certainly the Robert Caro books were tremendous help. Michael Beschloss had a great compilation of his tapes to his recorded phone conversations. I read Doris Kearns Goodwin's book, and Joseph Califano and Dalek. Who else? His own Vantage Point was his own memoir, LBJ's own memoir, and also he gleaned a lot of information from Lady Bird's memoir as well. So it's kind of I kind of pick and choose and go through, and because the story of the play goes up to the first year of his presidency, I gave myself permission not to do research beyond that, because I could get bogged down in too much information. So I went from when he was a child to when, the first 1964 election. The footage that you find is mostly restricted to his press conferences and State of the Union addresses. You saw some things, but there wasn't. I watched as much as I could, but I didn't glean as much as I thought I might. LBJ put on an air of what he thought was a presidential demeanor whenever he was in front of the press. It drove his PR people crazy because he lost a lot of his personality. So he would come on, and that's who I remember as a boy, that man who would stand there and say, this is what we're going to do, and this is how we're going to do it. And he droned, quite frankly. And we don't have that in the play. What we do is we cut in to see who he really was. That good old boy, backslapping, crude storytelling, shit kicker.
Going on stage every night, making your speech tonight, do you face nerves, and what do you do for that?
This is more nerve-wracking to do this than to do a play. I'm sure other actors have said, probably every other actor has said that, because you get to rely on the strength of the material, and you have a rehearsal, and you go home with it, and you dream about it, and you come up with ideas, and you manipulate it, and move it, and push it, and taste it, and when you get nervous is when you feel that you're not prepared. And even though it would be foolish of me to say that it's a total surprise, because I was nominated, so anybody who's nominated, one of those people is going to win. Pretty good guess. So, but still, when you hear your name, it sends a shockwave through you. And all of a sudden you realize, I can't hide behind a character, I have to be myself. And there's so many people who did help you all the way, and I'm walking here to this room and I'm thinking, oh my God, I forgot to thank the American Theater Wing. I forgot to thank the people who voted for me for this, and it's your heart is beating so fast.
make you want to continue the role?
Does it make me want to continue the role? Yes, Tuesday night I will continue the role. I know what you're alluding to. The follow-up play, the Great Society, is being done at the Oregon Shakespeare Festival. They're in rehearsals right now. I would never say never, but right now, if I get that question and I understand that question, but it almost feels like when you just had a baby and people say, "You're gonna have another one?" It's like, you see how small this is? It's just, yes. Hi, David. How are you?
Congratulations. Can you talk about the incredible success of where you had now this? How you are feeling right now at this point in your career?
In my career, which is different than how do I feel right now on stage. I'm exhausted. We just finished our eighth performance today, and then changed and came here. So it's an exhausting run. But how do I feel at this point in my career? Like I stole something, because I didn't have any formal education in the arts. I was a kid who was poor, trying to figure out where I belong, and from a very early age, I tapped back and I remembered how that felt to evoke emotion in other people, and how that made me feel powerful. And I think that's the thing that's universal about this, is that every adult is seeking something, whatever, that empowers them. And it could come from performing, could come from their church or their children or their other jobs or charity work or whatever it is. And I found it, and I stumbled on it actually, and I'm the luckiest guy in the world.
Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you. Oh, is that it? Okay.